In my last video, I talked about a new book coming out about the possibility of a second civil war in the United States, thanks to all this bullshit on the right and the ridiculousness of stuff going on with the left. That's my interpretation. I haven't read the book because the book isn't out yet. But I mentioned the move by rural Oregonians, some of them, to take almost all of Oregon and annex it to Idaho. If that isn't the most jackassed idea since the state of Jefferson, then I don't know what is. And this is the place, this is the site. Look how much of the state of Oregon would be annexed to Idaho. Now, these morons don't understand there's a significant number of people in these counties that are also Democrats and on the left. Yeah, even ranchers and farmers. There are even a few of those that are there. And, of course, Oregon, let's see, percentage of Oregon that is federally owned is 53.3% of Oregon's total land. Now, let's look at Idaho's percentage. Idaho's has even more federally owned land. It's 61.65%. And then you look over at Wyoming, it's only 48.19% federally owned. And then Nevada is the big one. Alaska has more land that's federally owned because it's a giant state. But Nevada's is just under, actually it's just under 85%. It says 80% here, but it's 84.9% federally owned. And this is where you get all the sagebrush rebellion types. The ones that suck most off the federal teat are the ones that whine the loudest about government and the big bad government and all that shit. So, yeah, there's a movement afoot. Some of the counties have put it up to a vote, and some of the counties have, and several of them have passed it. But they think, there's only 800 and some thousand in those counties outside of Willamette and Lane County and Marion County and all of that. Only 800,000. And Oregon has, let's see, what's the population? It's over 4 million. $4.218 million. So 4,218,000 people. And of that number, 800,000 are in all of these cow counties. So it makes it, again, like I said, there's so many, there are a lot of Democrats. They're in these rural counties. Don't they count? There are a lot of Republicans in this so-called blue section. And they think, well, more issues aren't getting represented, blah, 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 blah. Well, what issues have you got except you're bitching and moaning all the time about the federal government that owns, what did I say it was? 53% of the land in Oregon. You're always bitching and moaning like a bunch of spoiled brats. But anyway, let's see what it says here. This is from June. The Greater Idaho movement faces a daunting path. Its ambitious proposal requires the approval of both Oregon and Idaho legislatures, followed by the U.S. Congress. Not just that, but they also want part of California in there, like Siskiyou County and Lassen County and all of those. They want all those counties. And Shasta County. They want all those as part of their crackpot's paradise. And that roughly follows the old state of Jefferson thing that went back to the gold rush days. And, that Southern Oregon and Northern California, they would be a separate state, but it never went anywhere. And then off and on, there's been talk that they would do it, but never went anywhere. Nobody took it seriously because it's impossible. Okay, it's impossible to create another state like that. And it isn't going to happen. but these people just bitch and moan and bellyache and all this kind of shit. And let's see. M says that unlike most secessionist movements based on the Pacific Coast, rural Oregon is not seeking its own statehood through the Greater Idaho movement. They want to join Idaho. We're proud to be Oregonians, this crackpot said. We love the land that we live on, and we wouldn't want to leave or put up a stand or ostracize ourselves in any way. We just want to talk about simpler issues, and that's why we believe that Idaho would be a better jurisdiction for our citizens to be under. We'll just move to Idaho. Hell, a lot of people are moving there. Go take your damn COVID and go to Idaho, because Idaho has the lowest vaccination rate of any state in the United States, even lower than Alabama and Mississippi. Last figures were 46% are fully vaccinated. No wonder my beloved friend died down there. And I don't know for a fact he died of COVID. But if he did, it's no wonder. It's a shithole. So move there. If you don't like Oregon, move. What's wrong with that? So this thing's going to go nowhere. And it says here, some guy, a political science professor from the University of Oregon, said that although the idea of self-determination on federal land, mostly federal land, may be an attractive concept, living in modern-day democracy often entails dealing with long-established political boundaries. You also have to learn the art of compromise. You also, to be effective. And why is our federal government so fucked up? Because they haven't learned that. It's so trapped in ideology and shit on both sides, there's no common ground to be had. In an abstract sense, says this guy, people should be represented however they see fit. But people live in actual polities that they didn't create themselves and live in municipalities, live in states, live in countries. Don't like it, move. Practically in democracies, people can't just pick up and leave and choose another government whenever they feel like it. Well, they can. They can get up and go to Idaho. Experts say Oregon will not join Idaho. That'll never happen. And it says here, William Curtis, a constitutional law professor from the University of Portland, pointed out that Idaho's boundary as a state is defined by its constitution, which the Idaho legislature would have to amend to incorporate Oregon counties. Not happening. Though the Greater Idaho movement has made strides at the ballot box, a third of the counties it aims to annex have voted in favor of the movement's proposal. Curtis says these collected votes have no decisive power in authorizing the annexation. Yeah, legislatures and Congress, dead in the water. Find another hobby, you crackpots. If you don't like Oregon, move. You know, just move. And just get out of our hair. Yeah, our gain is Idaho's loss. But, you know, whatever. And you know Idaho's going to eventually... That's shifting too. As more and more people move to Idaho, probably a lot of Californians, those despised Californians, they already have made inroads on Arizona. They've made inroads on Nevada big time. They're making inroads on Montana. And eventually, yes, Idaho has a lot of Mormons in there. It's one of the reddest states in the country. But eventually, it's going to, quote-unquote, contaminate Idaho, too. So, either put up or shut up, you dumb shit rurals. You redneck rurals. Just shut up or, put up or shut up. And that's it.